Today I'm going to use my new Weber grill for the first time. So for my first grilling project, I'm going to spatchcock a duck, which means you butterfly it out. Think of a football. It's going to be hard to grill all the way around, so you spread it out so it's like a steak. It's easy to cook evenly. I'm going to spatchcock a duck, and I'm going to marinate it first and then use a barbecue sauce on it later. The recipe for my barbecue sauce is on my website, mobilehomegourmet.com. I'll put the URL down there for you. This is my barbecue sauce. But what I did was, when I was making my barbecue sauce, before I put the tomato paste in there and cooked it, I took out some of the liquid, some of the pre-tomato paste barbecue sauce, and I'm going to use this for a marinade. And after I've marinated the duck for half an hour, I can throw this out because it's had raw meat in it. This tomato paste, cook it for 10 minutes. This will be my barbecue sauce. So let's start off by spatchcocking the duck. So here's my duck. I may not need to marinate it because it came packaged with a plastic bag of orange sauce, which had burst, and the whole chicken has been coated with orange sauce. I gave it a good rinse. I don't need all this neck skin. I'm using a pair of shears that are like poultry shears or cooking shears. And I don't think they're very sharp, but they'll be okay. There's usually a big piece of fat back here you can get rid of. Pull that out. Other side, same thing. And then there's giblets, and in this case there's a neck inside there. Hard to pull out because it's not thawed all the way to the center. Gizzards, neck. Should be liver and hearts in here. All these things can be saved for making stock. Well, not the liver. Okay, that cavity looks clean. I'm wearing rubber gloves because some people like to wear rubber gloves when they do this, and that's fine. Okay. They call this the parson's nose, the tail. I'm going to cut, this is the backbone. I'm going to cut right alongside the backbone on both sides, going through all the bones to spread this bird out. And depending upon how strong my scissors are, yeah, see, that's going to cut right through everything very nicely. Some people are freaked out by the sound of that, but what can I say? Some surgery isn't pleasant. Same thing on this side. Cut the backbone out, working right alongside that bone, cutting through all the bones right up to the top. And if you don't like the sound of the bones breaking, well, you can always say that's the ice, because this is slightly frozen on the inside. So there's that backbone. Again, this can be set aside and used for stock. Now this had 2 hearts, and it had 2 livers. That's okay. And then you kind of lay this down, spread it out, and then using body force, you want to try to crack it open to get it to lie flat. You can hear it snap. That's it. That's our spatchcocked duck, outside and inside. One other thing worth mentioning is these wingtips are useless. They'll probably burn on the grill, so you can just, with your shears, snip right through the joint and just take those off. Again, put them aside for making stock later. All right, that's done. Another thing you can do is you can poke it all over in several places to let the fat rend out. I've seen some videos where they just cut just through the skin with a sharp knife. You don't want to cut down into the meat. You just want to cut through the skin to get to that fat that's under the skin. I just sharpened this knife to do this because you need a really sharp knife to do this. Okay, down here on the back I don't really care, but I do care over the drumsticks and the thighs. Like so. And that'll do two things. One is it'll help to render the fat. And then it'll also help when I marinate it. It'll help the marinade to get into the skin and under the skin. All right, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so with my duck in there, this is my marinade without the sauce, the tomato paste. I'm going to pour all of that in there. I propped it up inside of a bowl just to make it easier to work with. Gotta make sure that's zipped well. Yeah, that appears to be. Okay, so there's my marinade now. And I'm going to let that sit for 30 minutes. According to America's Test Kitchen, they say that anything beyond 30 minutes is a waste of time because you're not going to get the marinade to go all the way through. It's just going to marinate the surface of the meat. So every maybe 10-15 minutes, I'll just flip this over to flavor the other side. And that'll be my marinated duck. The duck is marinating. I thought I'd make a potato salad to go with this. I'm not going to show you the video for that because it's already on YouTube. You can go into my website, look under side dishes and the recipe archive, and you'll see the recipe there for potato salad, and then there'll be a button to link to the YouTube video. Ready to get my grill started here. This is one of my briquettes. All right, then drop some wood on top. I'm gonna move my duck now onto my grill surface. I'm gonna move this to one side slightly. Put my lid back on. And let that go for about 15 minutes maybe. I want to turn this over and put it on top of my coals. Let's see if I can't crisp up that skin, and then I'll start flipping it over and over. I did add a little bit more wood to that. And I'm going to see if I can grill without the lid on. Do I need to bake it or do I need to open grill it? I'm getting near the end of my cooking time here, so I'm going to start slathering this with some of my barbecue sauce. I'll let that sit for a while, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side. Well, there's what it looks like after a few hours. I have to say I did not start off with enough split oak. I'm going to have to finish that in the microwave because it's just like around 125, 130 degrees. I want to get it up higher than that because it is foul. I'd like to get it up to about 160. So there's a drumstick and a piece of breast with the wing attached and some of that potato salad that I made this morning. All right, I got to get a taste of my duck here. Juicy. It's good, but a little bit chewy. I would have liked it a little bit more tender, but that's all right. Tastes good. And I love that potato salad. So excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy my dinner of barbecued duck with a side of potato salad.